Hello guys, I remember my former colleague who came from India told me that working as a software developer there, she managed at the age of 23 earn enough money to buy a house in India, and all her family moved to this house. No wonder, for her family she was a real hero. In Germany this story is not possible, but you will get something different instead. So what software developer can afford in Munich? First of all, let's start from the salaries on the market. The easiest way is to check the Glassdoor. So as you see, I'm on the Glassdoor in the salaries section. Let's put here software engineer and let's put Munich here. And from these results you can see that the salary goes from approximately 60 to 90k per year as for the position of software developer. And I can say this is pretty much close to reality. From my experience, very few senior software developers earn more than 90 grands per year. If you get a relocation offer to Germany for the salary for more than 90k per year, consider yourself lucky, because usually relocation offer means underpayment. So for our case, let's take something in the middle. Let's consider you have 75,000 euro gross. And if you are a software engineer with an experience of approximately 5 years, I would say this is pretty much realistic. For example, when I was relocating to Munich from Riga, Latvia, I've got an offer for 65k per year, and it was 6 years ago. Now we need to roughly estimate how much money you will get on your bank account. I mean, let's calculate your net salary. And for this, let's go to Brutto Netto Rechner, which allows to do this. So currently we are on the website, which allows us to calculate approximate but pretty much close net salary in Germany. Let's put here 75,000 per year. Tax class, let's put 3. You see, your netto salary in this case will be 4,300 euro per month. This is a very good salary for Germany. And now I can show you something else. Let's go back and let's change your tax class onto 4. And for example, let's see the results after that. You see, your netto salary is 3,800 euro. This calculator demonstrates very important thing about Germany. You should know local taxation system, because you see, changing your tax class very much influences how much money you get on your bank account. So let's assume that your net salary here is 3,800 euro. Now let's calculate. First of all, flat rent. In Munich, flat rent will be for a very long time the biggest part of your monthly expenses for many years, maybe for whole life. Because in Germany, live whole your life in rented property is a common thing. Let's take realistic situation. In Munich, decent flat in a good place, let's say 2 rooms flat, will cost you around 1,100 euro warm per month. And so after that, let's say that you have 2,000 euro left. Let's talk about car. For example, on my experience, if you don't have kids in Munich, you don't need your own car. First of all, car sharing is very much developed here. And another thing is Munich public transportation. It works really good. You just need to buy this 49 euro ticket and you are free to take unlimited amount of trips on any public transport, and not only in Munich but in whole Germany. But if you still want your own car, I would say that the best car you can afford yourself without big financial troubles is the 5-year-old Audi A4, Volkswagen Passat or Golf, or BMW of 3rd series. Forget about Audi RS6 or new BMW 5th or 7th series. You simply cannot afford such cars with your current salary. My choice, by the way, was 4 years old Volkswagen Golf 7. There is a video on my channel about all expenses related to this car. So let's say you are ready to spend for car maintenance 200 euro per month. Of course, in the case that you've really chosen the really affordable car. And don't forget to add garage renting expenses, usually 70 euro per month. So let's assume in general you will have something like 250 euro expenses for the car. How much is left? Okay, it is 1,750 euros. Clothes. For this money you can buy a pretty good quality clothes, but not those high fashion brands. I mean Prada, Cavalli, Louis Vuitton and other shit. You will buy pretty decent brands like Columbia, Jack Wolfskin, Echo. Sorry, I'm not very good in brand names. For example, I personally have expensive clothes only for skiing, hiking and sport activities. All my other clothes is from H&M, which costs 15 euro per one piece. When I moved to Munich, I stopped taking care about what clothes I wear. It should be clean, I should feel myself comfortable. How it looks, this is the last thing I care about. Food. If you are eating more or less healthy food and not sitting on seafood diet, I would say that 300 euro per person will be enough here in Munich. You can buy vegetables, not buy ones. Good bread. I can say that German bread is a national heritage. Meat. Good steak will cost you 15 euro per one piece. Beer and different junk food I don't even calculate here because it costs almost nothing. So let's say you have something like 1,400 euro left. And also during the month you will have other inevitable mandatory expenses. I'm talking about internet, mobile phone, I don't know, electricity, German radio. So some small regular payments for something. Usually it's about 200 euro per month. Now you have 1,200 euro left. And I can say this is your disposable income, which you can spend for wherever you want. And now you have a choice, because different people act differently. Common sense says that you have to invest at least 10% of your monthly income, because forget about German pension. On pension, in best case, you will have something like 1,800 euro gross. How people survive on this money, I have no idea. But let's consider you are a crazy person and you don't care what you will do when you will be on pension. So as we calculated before, your disposable income is 1,200 euro. Let's talk about vacations. For example, skiing vacation for 5 days for one person in Alps in Austria will cost you 1,200 euro. Of course, this is my rough estimation from own experience. For two people it will be 1,700 euro. Mostly because ski pass for one person costs 60 euro per day. But if you like warm ocean, you can fly to Canary Islands the whole year. Or fly to Mallorca, which is one of the most popular destinations from Munich. The flights there are really cheap. And I would say that will also cost you something like 1,200 euro for one person, for 1 week, for the hotel, 4 stars. Now let's talk about restaurants in Munich. The average price for a dinner in restaurant in Munich will cost 35 euro per one person. So you can calculate how often you can go there during the month. Different business lunches cost 10 euro. Ordering food from restaurant to your house will cost also something like 15 euro. This is really roughly, as you understand. Beer costs here 5 euro for half liter in beer gardens and restaurants. And this is really good beer. But in the supermarket you can buy exactly the same beer for 1 euro or even less. What else? Fitness and sport activities. I can say that the most luxury fitness studio in Munich, which I know, costs 80 euro per month. But generally it would be something like 30 euro. Pools. I can say that Munich has a very big tradition going to pools, and public ones are really good and they cost really cheap. Monthly unlimited card will cost you around 50 euros. I can talk a lot about prices here, but you can already see that 75,000 gross salary per year in Munich, there is no even talking about some kind of high life here for this money. And don't forget that that according to statistics, average salary in Bavaria 57,000 euro gross. For example, you will never buy a house or a flat, not even in Munich, but even in Bavaria, with such income. You will never buy yourself some car like new BMW X5 or new Audi A6 until you are crazy automaniac who is ready to work for his car all his life. And what is also important to mention here, that I'm not even talking about savings and investing. For example, I calculated that I have to invest at least 1,000 euro per month to feel myself more or less comfortable when I will reach pension age. So try to deduct 1,000 euro from your disposable income that we calculated here, and what will be left? Yes, nothing. So Germany is not about money. And if you remember, in the beginning of this video I told you that in Germany you will get something different. And here are the most positive points about Germany. You and your family will get the best healthcare coverage in the world. I hope you don't have problems with your health, but believe me, if you will lose it, your career will automatically go to the very last place in your life. You are also fully socially protected if something happens with you. And another thing, you are living in very stable country, which allows you to plan your life for the decades ahead. And your children will get access to the very good education. They will get diplomas which are valued worldwide. And to summarize, all those things are free in Germany. Not free, they are paid from your taxes. Yes, taxes are really biting in Germany. But all those social benefits are not coming from nothing. Somebody has to pay for it. And taxes can be deducted or returned. You just need to know how to do it. So if you consider your life and life of your family as the airplane, Germany is the great airfield with runway for you. And as soon as your plane will take off, I'm not advocating for staying in Germany, because the more rich you will get here, the more drawbacks of German system you will face. But strategically, Germany is the very nice place to start building your successful future. So if you decide to take this way and move to Germany, welcome on my channel.